Put your hands together, make some noise for our political leader, former Prime Minister, former Minister of Education, former Attorney General, and the next Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Make some noise for Kamala Persad-Bissessar!
When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend.
UNC friends and family. UNC friends and family, good evening! Good evening, good evening, good evening. All protocols observed, but I must single out the persons who will be your next members of parliament. I speak of Dominic Smith. Give him a round of applause. Please stand. Philip Watts, Nigel Moses in Arima, and Richard Smith along the corridor here. Tonight, my cup is full and runneth over. To see so many of you gathered here, so happy, so jovial. One thing about UNC meetings, everybody is happy. Everybody's smiling. Big it up for my sister, Jalen John, tonight. She was a firebrand on this platform. She'll be next member of parliament for Couva North. Thank you, JJ. Thank you. She is a firebrand and she's a powerhouse of a woman. Now, I never say anything to you that is pulled out of a magic hat. When I speak to you, I talk about what you see, what you hear, what you talk, what you feel daily. I talk about what you know, about what makes you happy, about what makes you sad, what makes you angry, events in your everyday life, and what you go through, because I care about what you care about. And that is because I always tell you, you have had leaders before me. You will have leaders after me, but you will never, ever have a leader who loves you as much as I do. Many of you have worked hard and studied hard to afford what you want because you are ambitious people. Your personal virtue or family virtue has always been to maximize your potential. You're very ambitious. You have always been ambitious, but now people are just fed up. Over the last 10 years, you have seen a barrage of bad government decisions which have eroded your quality of life. Do you feel more secure today than you were 10 years ago? Are your assets more secure today than they were 10 years ago? If you answer honestly, all of you will say a resounding no, no, no. I know you're constantly whispering about where the future of TNT is heading. But one of our roles, my role, is to give a voice to your endless whispers. To be your voice for the voiceless. You do not feel safe. You hate all the taxes and excuses for the taxes. The PNM does not have the right to ruin your ambition and cripple your standard of living. The country did not decline so steeply by magic. The people in government whose hands have been on the steering wheel, like Vishnu Dan Paul and Colin Imbert, they have driven us over the precipice. For some of us, the car is still dangling on the edge. For some, it has fallen over the edge. And so I ask you tonight to ask yourselves some questions. Ask yourself, is it normal now for me to accept that any day, anywhere, I could be shot in the head? I could be kidnapped? I could be raped? Ask yourself, is that normal? Are there these questions in any way unreasonable? Has anyone in government given you good answers to these questions? No, they have not. They have not. They just continue to squeeze you more and more. There is something called learned helplessness in psychology. It is when you are faced with a constant barrage of terrible situations and conditions that you have tried to change, but you just can't. You eventually give up trying, even when new opportunities come your way to make change possible. You give up trying. So you learn to be helpless, even when simple changes could remove a massive block in front of you. What you should be aware of, and what is scary, is that some people in power can manipulate circumstances to force you to live as though you are helpless to change things. Whenever I say this, it touches people's nerves. They immediately know that this condition, and they can identify the PNM as the architects of this condition of helplessness. Our country is in a mess. It needs to be fixed. And the UNC, together with our coalition of interests, we will fix TNT with your help. We will fix it. These same people have had their hands on the decision-making buttons for the last 10 years, which we all know they pressed by guests. They press those decision-making buttons by guests, and they cannot and will not fix anything. They couldn't do anything for you in 10 years. Why you want to give them one more day? Make sure on the 28th you cast your X next to the rising sun. You vote for the UNC. Here in Las Lomas, in La Jocata Talparo, in every seat you cast your X next to the rising sun. They couldn't do it in 10 years. Now they're finding Forex. I mean, they really take people in this country for fools, huh? They couldn't do any of these things in 10 years, and now suddenly, with an election a few days away, I think it's called bribery. They're trying to bribe you. Don't get bribed to giving them another 5 years, because their incompetence will only increase. We know what we have to do. You are smart people. You are smart people. You pay attention to the bogus reasons government is giving for the kind of decision making they're doing. When you hear the bogus reasons about why they want you to pay property tax, about why they can't stop you from being murdered or raped, as a reasonable person, you always say to yourself, why must you be punished for the incompetence of the PNM? Why must you, the ordinary citizens, be punished? Because the PNM is wicked and incompetent. We must make sure they do not see the halls of power and the parliament again. Why must you be making sacrifice after sacrifice and nothing is working? Why are you seeing no improvement for yourself when PNM financiers and fake elites are getting everything? Why workers can't get a raise in pay, but PNM spent $530 billion in their term? Why? I'll give you one reason why. Of course, they're incompetent. Of course, they don't care. But listen to this. There is money to pay workers and to finance people-centered programs. But this government prefers to give that money to its rich to get richer and to its financiers. That's their plan. I want to remind you that in 2015, before we went out of office, we passed something called procurement legislation. And that was to help deal with the corruption and the fraud for the Eater Foods and the elites and the financiers. The PNM came and they gutted the legislation. With proper procurement legislation we passed, our country would have saved $5.2 billion a year. With that legislation in place properly, $5.2 billion a year wasted in corruption. So the money is there. That's $26 billion saved over 5 years and $52 billion over 10 years that could have gone to workers and citizens in our land. Simple things like a vehicle inspection is a terror to go through. Why? If you don't bribe some of them, they frustrate you. They make motorists line up all day, and then they fail their vehicles when they don't bribe them. Citizens and businesses are blackmailed by the government licensing office, for inspections, for vehicles for over 3 tons, which must go for inspections. I want to tell you, when UNC wins, we will let the many private vehicle inspection stations inspect all types of vehicles and make simple changes, such as changing the color, changing the engine. These should be simple things for the ease of life and the ease of doing business. We will do it. So all motorists will win when the UNC wins as well. I tell you, we will bring back the procurement legislation in its strongest form so that we can hope and help to wipe out the corruption, which then dribbles down. The money just goes into the corruption when we could use it to do things for you and for your children. The government is quick to say that anyone speaking up about their incompetence is trying to frighten you, but all we are doing is talking the truth. Now tell me, are you not already frightened by the thousands of murders, rapes, and home invasions? Are you not already frightened of that? You don't need me to frighten you. Are you not already frightened by the high taxes and cost of living? Are you not already frightened for your children's and your grandchildren's futures? The answer is yes. You don't need the UNC and Kamala to frighten you. This government has done all of that. They've already done it. Are you not already frightened about losing your pensions? What is even more frightening is that they are unmoved and uncaring about your problems, your fears, your day-to-day fears. And that is what is truly frightening. They just do not care. Stuart Young claims to be Prime Minister. So if he's in charge, he must see that crime and criminality, property tax, inheritance tax, online purchase tax, value-added tax, higher utility rates are all greedily taking away your assets. These assets are yours. You are the rightful owners. And if he's in charge and seeing your assets being greedily taken away, what is he doing about it? What is he doing? Nothing. Nothing. What is he telling you? What satisfactory answers have you gotten? You have gotten no answers because he and his daddy's fake elite financiers are the greedy, invisible hands just grabbing what is yours to make the rich richer. Everything you have been working for is being taken away from you. So where are you now? Young and his daddy, they are not interested in that. How much further ahead would you have been had your last 10 years been managed by leaders who care and love you? Growth was the norm with the UNC. Would the economy have been better? Would you and others have had more confidence to invest if you saw safety and security all around? There is no way to sugarcoat these facts of criminality and losses under this PNM government. You must decide how much more of what is rightfully yours you want to lose to PNM financiers. I said Young and his daddy, they don't care about that. They're not interested in listening to you. They're interested only in your vote. That is all. So when they're coming around, Philip Watts just told me, they're coming around there and offering all kinds of small contracts, attempting to buy your vote. That's all they want. Because once they get that vote, they will continue the same wickedness and incompetence from the past 10 years. This whole country, I'm sure you have all noticed their election rituals, smears, insults, excuses in full swing. That is the PNM ritual for elections. Lie, cry, and mama guy. Smears, insults, and excuses. That's all you're getting. And then, of course, all the false promises. The whole country is witnessing, from the PNM campaign, a cowardly retreat into the stale victimhood strategy. The blame game rhetoric, fake AI, and invocation of the tired and outdated race card. That's the PNM Bible rituals for elections. Tomorrow, Guardian Media will begin running its suppression poll. I want to warn you, suppression poll, which I had talked about months ago. So in this last week of the election, they are bringing what is called in the politics, in polling, a suppression poll to try to keep you home, to try to make sure you don't come out to vote. Those polls are not credible. No matter who they say is winning or which pseudo-intellectual name is on them, don't get tied up with these media houses and their polls just before the election. The PNM bosses and some management who run these media houses, they manipulate these polls. And I'll tell you more about it tomorrow, because we want to know how many people they interviewed. We have been doing our own polling. Media houses charge the PNM less than the UNC for advertising. Did you know that? Did you know that they're charging them less, and in some cases they're not charging them at all? When UNC wins, we're coming for them. We are coming for them. We will come for them. The state institutions are being brutalized, being forced to carry PNM propaganda. But those state agencies belong to all of you in this country, and we will have thorough inquiries into all that went on. Media houses I talked about. Unfortunately, some of journalists and photographers we see on a daily basis, they face attacks, but they are just working. They have nothing to do with what their management behind closed doors is doing to help the PNM. So the good reporters, the journalists, the photographers, don't blame them. There are bigger strings, hands pulling strings in the management of some media houses. So give the regular reporters and photographers a break. We have been conducting our own independent polling weekly, not now, since last year. Everybody say, Kamala not ready, we not ready. Well, we ready. We're ready like Freddie and everybody else. So we were doing the polling since last year, and that polling it's been ongoing, updating, and ongoing. Ignore the fake polling and the pseudo-intellectuals behind them who are simply eating our food. I always talk to you about eat our food people. Our polling clearly shows that UNC will win the general elections in Trinidad and Tobago. Nowhere has the PNM accounted for their failed promises and projects or confronted the problems of citizens. The UN has offered our anti-crime plans, economic transformation plans, healthcare plans, education plans, revenue generation strategies, and citizens will vote for these plans. So if you want to be sane, ambitious, to see real growth, and you don't want to be a victim of crime, decide now to vote for the UNC and our partners and stick with it. Take your decision now and get ready for April 28th. Nobody must get the joy of knowing they have manipulated you to be helpless. You're bright. You have suffered. You can reason well. You know you have suffered. You know you have suffered endless losses to your security and to your assets. I say you must decide whether to grow your wealth, your life, and welfare for the UN, with the UNC, or lose all of that with Young. You must choose to change, because you're seeing people being murdered. Look inside the airport, people getting killed. They say, Kamala and the UNC bad talking the PNM, and that may make international investors run away from Trinidad. But you have man getting shot down in the airport. Another word about it. Nothing done, nothing said. This government cannot address the pressing issues affecting our country. Murders, home invasions, rapes, robberies, high food prices, unemployment, increasing cost of electricity and water, increase in phone charges, property tax, decline in GDP, natural gas shortages, poor roads, flooding, non-existent healthcare, inflation, increase in debt levels, business closures, massive retrenchments, Balize House corruption, and a crumbling, crashing justice system. That's what we got. PNM speakers have not addressed these issues, which are battering the population. Instead, the outgoing PNM government is once more caught red-handed in their ongoing desperate mission to lie, cry, and mamagai, to gaslight the population through its list of broken, repeated promises in its 2025 election manifesto. Let me speak to that. They said 25 for 2025. There's a summary, and I will tell you that document is merely another blueprint of the PNM's serial pattern of repeated and broken promises. It's the same, this manifesto of theirs, it's really, as I say, talking about, look, you know what it is? It's blah, blah, blah. That's all that it is. You know what that manifesto is? Just blah. Because there's nothing in it. Over 90% of the matters listed in their summary initiatives, the 25, are repeated and broken promises, copied and pasted from their 2015 and 2020 election manifestos. Check it. They're all online. And many of you are online. You can do it for yourself. Just type in the words and Google these, and you will see that they are repeat, 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 and broken. What did I always tell you? PNM means promises never materialize. Never, never. Several of their manifesto initiatives contradict the failed policies they implemented during their disastrous decade-long tenure, reinforcing that they are blatantly deceiving the population. Several of these 2025 promises ignore the fact that the PNM reversed significant gains made by the former UNC government 2010-2015 under my tenure as Prime Minister, which is a clear example of PNM's age-old gaslighting technique. Their manifesto plan about pensions is a blatant lie, considering they have never publicly withdrawn the bill they laid in the last parliament, which had the stated purpose of cutting people's pensions. They never withdrew it. I told this story many times, how they dropped it on a Friday evening, and some of us don't let nothing pass. So I told Nicholas Morris, I said, pull up that bill now. It's on the order paper. Let's see. And that's what it was about, to cut people's pensions. They come in this manifesto saying what? They go in and increase pensions. You hear lie? You hear lie? That is lie. That is lie. That is lie. So, most dangerously, some of those promises, as I say, contradict their own action in the past 10 years. Some of them are just laughable, given the PNM's dismissal track record in fighting crime. And most dangerously, some of those promises are blatant untruths. The PNM has consistently failed to deliver on over 90% of its promises, despite spending over, as I said, $500 billion in 10 years. The 90% broken promises. Every year for the budget, we do the research, we do a fact-checking, and they come, we remind them, last year you said that in the budget. Every year for our budget replies, we fact-check, and we've done that again. So the data shows when you do that, and anyone can do it. Anyone, because it's all online. The answers are online. The data shows 490 budget promises were made in the last 10 years by the PNM. The total number of broken budget promises over this period is 373 broken promises. And the total number of repeated broken budget promises is 100. So they're broken promises made over the years, and then they are repeat, repeat, repeat. And they think nobody notices or pays attention. Tomorrow I'll send out a list where we have done the research for every one of the 25 plans, and you will see the data from their own writings. Of course, Hansard's and budget books, we have that already prepared. Tonight I'm just summarizing that budget is going to take, that manifesto will take you nowhere further or better off in the next 5 years. This latest PNM manifesto is nothing short of a desperate election gimmick cobbled together in a last-ditch attempt to prevent their massive election defeat at the polls. And just in case some of you have doubts, I ask you, in 10 years, as I say, nothing. Where is the plywood factory you promised? Where is the sandals you promised? Where is the Toko Highway? Where is the not so insignificant sum of money from Bill Gates that the PNM said they were getting from Bill Gates? You remember that? Where's that money? Where are Dragon Gas? The Toko Port, the Labra Dry Dock, they promised. Where is Nikewan? Where are the VAT refunds and workers' back pay? Where is the roadmap to recovery, where they outsmarted eat-a-food fake elites and pseudo-intellectuals? Why did the PNM sell out the country's future to financiers and special interests, resulting in about $134 billion in debt? That is debt that you and your children will have to pay. $134 billion in debt. When the UNC wins? When the UNC wins? Everybody wins. Everybody wins. The UNC is offering plans and policies so that we can put money in your pockets. When UNC wins, new media and social media content creators win. They will win too. The rise of new media and social media has transformed the creative industries and digital media sector, offering unprecedented opportunities for individuals to monetize their creativity and upend traditional advertising. Content creators can now produce low-cost, high-efficiency content using accessible tools like smartphones and leveraging platforms like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and others to generate income, to get revenue. The advent of AI further enhances this potential, enabling creators to streamline production processes, improve content quality, and expand reach. This industry allows individuals to work remotely, build audiences through followers, subscriptions, blogs, and podcasts, and earn revenue through advertising, brand partnerships, and affiliate marketing. Influencers have become key players in driving product, service, and messaging sales. So we can then establish clear guidelines for advertising transparency, sponsored content disclosure, protect intellectual property rights for digital creators. You know, when I was in government the first time, under Mr. Pandey's leadership, as I'm talking about intellectual property, that was one of the departments that fell under my watch as Minister of Legal Affairs. And I remember within 2 days, I went to Parliament with 9 pieces of legislation. 9 pieces of legislation, all dealing with protecting copyrights, digital rights, creators. So I'm saying we have to deal with giving to our talented people creativity. We put into that law, I put in works of mass to be copyrighted, to be protected by the copyright laws. And all our creative people tonight, I think you'll hear some of our young talent. They're here to entertain us. Are they here, Ravi? The young singers? Not Stuart Young, sorry. The singers. So you'll hear them after me, after I'm done. So we will protect intellectual property rights. for digital creators. We'll create fair policies for recognizing earnings generated through online platforms under our financial rules, enabling access to banking services and government incentives. We'll create a creative content development fund to provide loans for aspiring content creators to access equipment, training, and mentorship programs. We will partner with the private sector companies to sponsor workshops on digital marketing strategies and AI integration in content creation. We will offer courses on new media and social media management, video production, graphic design, and AI tools. We will enhance affordable access to internet connectivity nationwide to ensure citizens can access online platforms efficiently. We'll establish co-working spaces equipped with tools like cameras, editing software, and high-speed internet for content creators. That's where we get the money. This is where we can create jobs, and this is where we can earn revenue, we can bring money in. When the UNC wins, new media and social media content creators will also win. And I'll go further. When UNC wins, cannabis agriculture will also win to create more revenue streams for us. The last day we showed these brochures, so I'm not just talking off the top of my head. These are in fact manifestos that we put out on our websites and in the public domain. So one is a UNC-led government will embrace artificial intelligence, digital technology, and new media. This is the AI manifesto. And the other one is cannabis, expanding the cannabis industry as part of agricultural policy. Remember, cannabis is what we're talking about marijuana. Expand the cannabis industry. So it's all in our manifestos. We have been putting out our plans. So the UNC will implement a comprehensive framework to regulate large-scale cultivation, agro-processing, and export cannabis, which all are essential for unlocking this industry's full economic potential. Did you know that the global market, cannabis market, is projected to exceed US dollars 100 billion, US dollars 100 billion by 2030, with demand spanning medical marijuana, oils, and edibles. For Trinidad and Tobago, this represents an opportunity to position marijuana, hemp, as an agricultural product akin to sugarcane of the past and cocoa, where small farmers can participate alongside larger entities in cultivation or agro-processing. This approach ensures that they all will be included, whilst at the same time we will leverage TNT's agricultural expertise. The UNC recognizes that developing a regulated marijuana industry is an extension of agricultural policy aimed at economic diversification. This is not about encouraging recreational use, but creating an organized sector that benefits farmers, entrepreneurs, and investors while adhering to international standards. We will implement the Cannabis Control Authority bill. Implement the Cannabis Control Authority bill to establish commercial cultivation, agro-processing, and export licensing framework. We will create guardrails to ensure compliance with international trade regs and quality controls, especially for medical marijuana exports. We will provide incentives and training programs for small farmers interested in cultivating commercial marijuana. We will facilitate cooperatives where small farmers can get together, pool resources to access agro-processing facilities or sell crops to larger entities. We will ensure that marginalized communities affected by past cannabis criminalization have access to license and opportunities within the industry. We will develop partnerships with regional CARICOM partners and leaders to harmonize standards for medical marijuana exports. We will position TNT as a key supplier of pharmaceutical-grade cannabis products in developed markets. As I close, I ask some more questions. What is the reason, what is the source of all this PNM discomfort? What is the source of all their fear tactics? What is the source of their heightened desperation, their heightened divisiveness? What is causing the PNM to panic? What is causing the PNM to panic? The UNC and the Coalition of Interest has the PNM on the run. We have them on the run everywhere. What is causing the PNM to attack public servants, social media persons, and everybody who is fed up with them? That is their attack. The PNM's worst nightmare in this election is that the people will get their fair share of the resources of Trinidad and Tobago. That is their fair. The people of our land must have an equal share, an equal space, an equal place in this land, which is ours. Their worst nightmare of the PNM, excuse me, the PNM's worst nightmare is that public servants will get more money in their pockets. We will do that. We will work with the public servants. The elderly will have a better standard of living. Young people have meaningful jobs, but they will have more access to affordable homes. And you will have more access to Forex, the famous Forex that they now find. After 10 years, they're now finding Forex. So we are asking for your vote, yes. But we want to earn your vote. We want to work for that vote. As we approach election day, we continue to be steadfast in our commitment to earning your vote. We have been sharing our people-centered plans and policies with you for quite some time now. We have been very strategic. Our platform has been one of truth and empowerment. We are not about a fete and wine, and Mama Guy politics Philip spoke about earlier. It's not about a fete and the wine. Of course, we'll have nice music. Okay, I mean, have some beautiful songs, and we love the music. But that's not what it is about. We are the party in this election with a campaign that is positive. We'll meet you where you are, in national meetings, in various constituencies, community meetings in your areas, and cottage meetings on your streets. We are also the only party in this election to take the time to sit and hear from you. When we have our weekly town hall meetings, remember those weekly meetings? And people think this just started. If you all have a good memory, we started town hall meetings sometime last year, since last year. It's just that we're doing more of them now because there are a lot of governance issues that are to be raised. And we are present on all media platforms so you can see for yourself and read for yourself. This is because we want you to know that we understand how serious this election is and that we are not taking anything or anyone for granted. As we always say, yellow is the code. Yellow is the code. Love is the code. Love is the code. And when UNC wins, everybody wins. Tonight I tell you a favorite Bob Marley song that I like. I want to just give you a few words. And when I ask you, can you feel it? Can you feel the victory? Can you taste the victory? Because you see, there's a natural mystic flowing through the air. Silent yet loud. You have toiled and you have labored so hard for this moment. One aim, one destiny, marching towards a victory for the people. And that is a victory for the UNC and our coalition partners on the 28th of April. I remind you, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. I feel your passion. I share your values. I want your support and help to continue the work we need to do to improve the quality of your lives. With your help, we will build a better future and deliver the country you deserve. I once more inviting you to take my hand. Will you take my hand? Take my hand and help me rebuild our nation into a land of prosperity, security, equality, peace, justice, and happiness for all. On April 28th, we will say no to this bullying government. On April 28th, the sun will rise and shine its light on all. I have told you, don't go to work. Stay home on election day, but do what? Go out and vote. And make sure everyone you know comes out to vote on the 28th. And when we form the government, I will not penalize you for staying home on the 28th and not going to work. So don't get frightened. Don't get chained up. We will take care of you. Stay home and go out to vote. Cast that vote. Go to vote early. Take your car and phone and spend the day carrying out voters to the stations. People are asking, how can I help? What can I contribute? This is a way that every one of you can contribute. Going early, casting votes, and then picking up others and taking them, calling them to vote. Election day is one day off from work for the next 5 years, for a better 5 years. So, I remind you again, you have had leaders before me. You will have leaders after me. But I always tell you, you will never ever have a leader who loves you as I do. I love you all. Yellow is the code. Yellow is the code. Thank you all very much. Thank you. God bless.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father, now is the time to decide. If you want leaders who can build, place your ex by the rising sun. If you want leaders who can lead properly, place your ex by the rising sun. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team.
Another round of applause for Honorable Political Leader and next Prime Minister, Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Ms. Kamla Persad Bissessar. Are you ready, UNC? Are you ready? Kickstart this evening's entertainment with the one and only the man, Squeezy Rankin and DP.
Yo.
Hey, hey,
Yo,
hey,
yo,
hey,
yo, yo.
hey.
UNC make some
noise.
This is a truthful calypso. You want everybody.
Pull it.
UNC family, how we feeling?
When UNC win? When UNC win? Oh.
And don't forget on the 28th we go in and vote.
Yellow is the what?
On election day, vote UN. One love. But you see right now, who we voting for? Puppet.
UNC. Hey, this is a truthful calypso.
Hey.
You want everybody know.